My daughter's dating a married man. Have you ever discovered a secret about someone you love that shattered your image of them? What would you do if you found out your child was making a decision that went against everything you taught them? Today, I'm sharing the heartbreaking story of Olivia, a mother who discovered her daughter Emma was having an affair with a married man. This isn't just a story about infidelity. It's about the complicated relationships between mothers and daughters, about values clashing across generations, and about the impossible choices we face when protecting those we love means confronting painful truths. This all happened in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind where families know each other and reputations matter. Olivia and her husband Marcus had built a good life there. They were proud parents who had sacrificed everything to give their daughter Emma opportunities they never had. Emma was their pride and joy, university educated, professionally successful, and living in the apartment they had helped her purchase as a graduation gift. She was beautiful, smart, and accomplished. Olivia and Marcus had high hopes for her future, often dreaming about the day she would settle down with a wonderful partner and give them grandchildren to spoil. But behind the perfect family portrait was a secret that would test their relationships and force them to confront difficult questions about love, loyalty, and independence. It began with whispers. A friend of Olivia's mentioned seeing Emma with an older man at a restaurant across town. Normally, Olivia wouldn't think much of it. Emma was a grown woman after all. But something about the way her friend described the interaction, the intimate touches, the secretive glances, left Olivia feeling uneasy. I'm sure it's nothing, she told herself. Emma would never get involved with someone inappropriate. But mothers have instincts that are hard to ignore. Over the next few weeks, Olivia noticed changes in Emma's behavior, unexpected cancellations for family dinners, vague answers about her weekend plans, and a new reluctance to bring friends around. Then came the moment that confirmed her worst fears. While dropping off some homemade food at Emma's apartment, Olivia noticed a man's watch on the coffee table. Next to it was a wedding ring. Have you ever had that sinking feeling when something you suspected but desperately hoped wasn't true suddenly becomes undeniable? What would you do in that moment? Olivia spent days wrestling with what to do. Should she tell her husband Marcus? He had always been protective of Emma and prided himself on raising a daughter with strong values. The news would devastate him. Eventually, Olivia decided she needed to speak with Emma directly. She invited her daughter for lunch at their home, while Marcus was away on a business trip. Emma, I know about the married man you're seeing, Olivia said, after they had settled at the kitchen table. Emma's face flushed with surprise, but she quickly composed herself. There was no denial, just a cold defiance that Olivia had never seen before. That's my business, not yours, Emma replied, her voice steady but defensive. I'm an adult now. Olivia tried reasoning with her, reminding her of the values they had raised her with, the pain she could cause to an innocent family. You don't understand, Mom. What David and I have is real. His marriage was over long before we met. Does his wife know their marriage is over? Olivia asked. That's when the conversation took a turn Olivia never expected. When Olivia threatened to tell David's wife about the affair, Emma's reaction was shocking. The sweet daughter she had raised suddenly unleashed a torrent of hurtful words, accusing Olivia of trying to control her life, of being jealous of her happiness, of living in an outdated moral world. You have no right to interfere in my life, Emma shouted, her face contorted with anger. You think you know everything, but you don't know anything about love or what David and I have together. Olivia sat stunned, tears welling in her eyes. I don't deserve this treatment, she whispered. Not after everything your father and I have done for you. The most painful moment came when Olivia questioned Emma's self-respect. Where is your pride, Emma? How can you share a man who goes home to his wife at night? Emma's eyes flashed with hurt before hardening again. He's leaving her. He just needs time. I wonder how many of us have heard those words before, or perhaps even said them ourselves. He's leaving her. He just needs time. How often does that promise become reality? After their argument, Emma stormed out, and Olivia was left alone with her tears and her fears. Should she tell Marcus? Should she reach out to David's wife? Or should she, as her friend Patricia suggested, step back and let Emma make her own mistakes? Everyone has the right to their own journey, Patricia had said when Olivia confided in her. Sometimes the people we love need to learn lessons the hard way. But Olivia couldn't shake the feeling that by staying silent, she was somehow complicit in the pain that would inevitably come, not just for Emma, but for David's wife and possibly children too. She thought about the kind of son-in-law David would be if the relationship continued. A man who had betrayed his vows once could do so again. Would she ever be able to trust him with her daughter's heart? Would family holidays forever be shadowed by how their relationship began? When is it right to step back and let someone you love make their own mistakes? And when is it your responsibility to intervene, even if they might hate you for it? At its heart, this isn't just a story about an affair. It's about the delicate balance between holding on to our children and letting them go. It's about how our identities as parents evolve, as our children become adults, with their own values and choices, even when those choices break our hearts. I think what struck me most about Olivia's story is how universal these emotions are. The fear of watching someone you love head toward pain you can see coming, but they cannot. The helplessness of realizing that all your teaching, all your love, all your example setting doesn't guarantee your child will make choices that align with your values. And there's something about affairs specifically that cuts so deep. They force us to confront questions about love, loyalty, honesty, and respect, not just in romantic relationships, but in all relationships. When Emma chose to be with a married man, she wasn't just making a romantic choice. She was making a statement about what she believes is acceptable, about the kind of person she's willing to be. For Olivia, this situation has challenged her identity as a mother. Where did she go wrong? Did she fail to instill the right values? Or is this simply part of Emma's journey, a painful chapter that might eventually lead to growth? I don't think there are easy answers here. Love is messy. Families are complicated. And sometimes the hardest part of loving someone is knowing when to speak up and when to stay silent. Viewer engagement? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation. What would you do if you were in Olivia's position? Would you tell your spouse, reach out to the wife, or respect your adult child's decision, even if you disagreed with it? Have you ever been on any side of a similar situation? The parent, the child, or perhaps even the partner of someone who was unfaithful? What did you learn from that experience? Sometimes the most meaningful thing we can do for each other is share our stories honestly, without judgment. If you've navigated a similar family conflict, consider reaching out to someone who might be struggling with the same issues. A simple coffee conversation that starts with "I've been there too" can be incredibly healing. I want to thank you for listening to Olivia's story with an open heart. These situations don't have perfect solutions, but by talking about them, we can feel less alone in our struggles. If this story resonated with you, please hit the like button and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Subscribe to our channel for more real-life stories that explore the complicated, beautiful mess of human relationships. Next week, I'll be sharing the story of a family who found an unexpected path to forgiveness after decades of estrangement. You won't want to miss it. Thank you so much for being part of this community where we can talk about the things that matter most. Until next time, be kind to others, but also be kind to yourself. We're all just doing our best with the light we have.